Good morning. My name is Andy, and today I will be working on the New York Times Flashback for May 31st, 2025. This is the weekly history quiz in which I have to place the 8 events in chronological order. Okay, let's get right into this. 1961. East Germans deny any plans for a Berlin Wall. When they do build it, they call it a protection rampart. Okay, interesting. Europeans start buying a precious spice from Egypt called tati, which is used as a medical cure-all. It turns out to be basically chimney suit. Wow, that is very interesting. So it's totally a scam. Like that's essentially like I guess their version of snake oil, like their quote unquote cure all. Okay, I mean that's probably going to be like way back 1300. Okay, fair. Ehrenberg complains that the Senate has too many rules. He gets rid of some, like a rule to cut off debate, accidentally helping to create the filibuster. Wow. Yeah, obviously that's gonna be the time when he was um in the cabinet. Uh, that will be probably like 1800, I'm thinking. Yeah, somewhere around there. 1805. Okay. When his mother can't sit comfortably in movie theater seats, Richard Hollingshead creates the first drive-in theater in New Jersey. Yeah, I mean that's gotta be like way back. Probably like the 1900s. Well, I mean, film didn't really become like a huge thing until like 1920s or something. Like, and I think they did have like theaters back then. Yeah, because it's funny because I know there's like a theater that I go to sometimes that's like over 100 years or something. And yeah, I think those go way back. And I guess the advent of drive-in theaters probably happened somewhere like in the 30s, if anything. And this seems plausible. Let's go with it. 1933. Okay. The Vedas. Some of the earliest sacred texts are first composed in India. Cows are revered in part for giving nourishment and milk, as mothers do. Uh, sac- some of the earliest sacred texts leads me to believe it's gonna be like way before 1300. uh, yeah, it seems plausible. 1500 BC, yeah, way back. Otzi the Iceman is born. Before becoming Europe's oldest mummy, he wears leather and eats meat but avoids milk. Why? He's lactose intolerant. Wow. Interest. Otzi the Iceman. That's gotta be way before. I mean, oldest mummy. I mean, this guy seems like he'd be alive, like like 3000 BC or something. I don't. I'm not sure. Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be way back. So like before. 1500. Let's go for it. Three, yeah, 3000. Okay. Emil Berliner invents the flat disc, the record, to play music. It holds a few minutes of audio, so long songs need pages of discs. Called an album. Okay. Ah. So now when did like vinyls become invented? Ooh. Oh no. Hmm. It's a flat disc, the record, to play music. It's a few minutes of audio. I think it's obviously it's gonna be like in the early 20th century. I don't think it would be like in the 40s. It just seems a little too late. I mean, I would think this is probably like in the 1920s if I had to guess. Um, Emil Berliner flat disc. Yeah, these are like vinyl records. I guess it's also kind of like related to the phonograph. I think that was invented around the early 20th century. So it they kind of correlate. And it's like a very antique invention. So I would think it's like maybe before 33. Mm, yeah, it just seems like a really old invention. Yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm right. 1887. Well, that's even earlier. Okay. The US purchases a frigid new territory. Inspired chefs soon develop an ice cream dessert named after it, the Baked Alaska. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was like in the 1850s. Cause so it's really funny. I saw this movie last year called The Taste of Things, which is about like cooking in France and like I think it was like the mid 19th century and they actually mentioned a baked Alaska in the film. so so it makes me think, it's probably going to be like 50s or 60s. Like even the French people knew what Alaska was. Yeah, I think it's going to be here. That seems plausible. 1867. Okay. Alrighty. Mary, Queen of Scots, tries to escape Lochleven Castle. She dresses as a maid but is caught because of her hands. They're too soft to belong to a servant. Okay, Mary, Queen of Scots. I guess probably going to be like between 1805 and 1300 because that's when she was around. That's when she was the queen. So, yeah, 1500 or so around there. And that seems right. 1568. Awesome. I got all of them correct. Let's go. Yeah, and I'm I am within the 44% that got a perfect score. Yeah, 85% readers placed this event correctly. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this is like one of the trickier ones. I can see people just placing it like after 1500, but I guess you kind of have to think about like, the Iceman as like someone who's like a caveman or something like that. Like someone who's really old. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed my playthrough of the New York Times Flashback. Definitely really interesting and finally able to actually get all of them right ever since I started this channel. All right, I'll catch you all next time.